Hey everyone, this is Norine Dworkin of VoxPopuli, and I'm here today with Lily Storm of the Lady Storm Foundation. She is one of our big sponsors for the website, and we are going to talk to her today about her foundation and what makes her tick and why she does what she does. So how did it start? What was your impetus to start the foundation?
My impetus, what a word. Hi everybody, I'm Lily Storm, and this is my story. So I am originally from Guyana, South America. And if you know anything about Guyana, at the time when I was there, of course, when I was a little girl, it was an undeveloped country. Things were pretty bad. Things were pretty bad with my parents. My dad was an alcoholic. I didn't like him for a long time. And and that is until I realized and understood what alcoholism
Sure.
is, and it is a disease, mental disease. So I reconciled that portion of my life with my father. But during the time that I didn't understand what alcoholism was, um, I realized that my mom had to step up. When he became a full-blown alcoholic, she had to step up. She stepped up in order to provide for the home because my dad failed to do so because of his disease. And she had to enter the workforce. And at that time, that was unthinkable. It was unheard of. And
What
when I
what
say
time of
work,
it? What year are we talking about here? What?
we're talking 1975 to 1980, 82.
Okay.
She got a job in the sugar plantation where she was literally working in the plantation, chopping down cane, sending it off to the factory to get sugar made, and that's how they, that's what they used the cane for, the cane field. And so she did that for a number of years. But during those years, my mother suffered, and she endured. She endured taunts and bully and disrespect from the men. But she endured because she had no other choice.
Right.
There were times when we didn't have much to eat, we didn't have much to wear, we didn't have much to survive on, but my mom never made us realize that.
So, how does your mom's experience then lead to you forming this Lady Storm Foundation? Because your foundation, right, focuses on single moms. And I'm wondering if the focus on single moms is because your mom was functioning almost as a single mom herself because she wasn't getting all that much help from your father. Is that a correct
Absolutely. And
assessment?
nicely put, Nori, nicely put. My mom didn't have much to go on, but as much as she didn't had a lot going for her, she was always given.
Hmm.
It didn't matter. She wasn't given money because she didn't have money, right? But she was given her time. She was given advice. She was given whatever else, food, whatever she could give to someone who needed that help at that time.
Hmm.
She was doing it, and I didn't realize how that was impacting me as a little girl. There were times when I questioned in my mind because if you know my culture, you know that if you're a child or you're a woman, you don't question anything. You just go along with the program. So I didn't question her verbally, but in my mind, I'm thinking, "Gosh, mom, we don't have much, but you're giving the food away." And but she just knew that that was something. It was innate. I'm sure her parents. I didn't know her parents, but I'm sure that that's how she grew up, and it was like the pass it along kind of thing. So to answer your question, when I started thinking about what it is that I wanted to do in my life. I was working for the county, I resigned, and then I figured if I were to live for another 20, 30, 40 years, what do I want to do? I kept thinking what it is that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I kept going back to what it is that mom used to do. She was always given. And then I started thinking more about it. And I said, you know what? And I didn't know anything about a foundation or a business or anything like that. I started searching for people who needed help. And it was 2019 during the holiday time. And, during the holidays, that need is greater
Right.
that time rather than any other time. And working as a code enforcement officer, you're in people's home. You're talking to them directly. You're understanding their struggles and their pain and their concerns. And I found a few people that needed the help. I went.
Is that what you did for the county? You were a code enforcement officer?
I was a code enforcement officer, yes.
Okay.
And I bought groceries for them, and they were so happy and so excited, and especially the children. And I said to myself, that's it. This is what I wanted to do. And that's when I established the Lady Storm Foundation. And that's how it transitioned from when I was a little girl, what impacted me and how I saw what my mother did. And it was just a natural thing for me to do. And I'm so glad that I did it. And I'm so glad that she taught me that service is greater than anything else in life.
So how does Lady Storm Foundation work?
The Lady Storm Foundation started with the food program.
Okay.
I believe that if you're not hungry, you are free to do whatever it is that you want to do. You can dream, you can have desires, you can have ambitions, and you can follow up with them. But if you're hungry, there's nothing else matters. So we started the food program where we just know that no one should ever go hungry. How was I able to sponsor prior, during, and after the pandemic, roughly 21 food drives? Is because of partners that I've partnered with, like Farm Share, Feed the Need, Publix, His Compassion in Ocala. These foundations are fed, most of them, not all of them, are fed through the federal government. They get the food, and then they distribute the food to local foundations such as myself. So we benefit from that trickle down effect. And then we distribute the food to the local people, the community. We also have a mental health program. Now, I'm not a certified mental health professional, but we partner with other mental health organizations, especially in underserved areas, because I feel it's needed mostly there. So if you have a program in an underserved area, and that program is financially struggling or is challenging, we will step in, and we may not fund the entire program, but we will help you to sustain that program, to keep it going, because our young people today need all the help that they can get. Another program is the housing program, because we have
Right.
a crisis in our state, in our country, but in our state especially. So that's
Yes.
another program that I'm working towards. I had no intention of having a housing program under the Ladies Farm Foundation, because it's such a massive undertaking, and to be successful at it, it's sad to say, to be successful at a housing program, you need a budget the size of Florida. And I obviously couldn't manage that financially through whatever funding I was getting. But that didn't stop. I was inundated with requests, because people were
Really?
calling, all the numbers they were calling online that could say that they would help, and no one was answering their phones. No one was answering those calls. So I was getting those calls, and I'm still getting those calls. And during the holiday 2 months ago, Labor Day, I want to say, or Memorial Day, Leonella Della Rosa, this lady called me, and she said, Miss Lily, I am at the Ramada Inn Davenport with my 2 children. I got kicked out of my home, have nowhere to go. I've spent all my money booking room night after night. I'm here in the lobby, and I don't know where to go. My parents live in a 55 plus community. I couldn't go there. Can you please help me? I've called all the numbers and no one answered. I couldn't not take that call. I couldn't say, well, Miss Leonella, my foundation doesn't sustain that, a program such as the housing program. So what I did temporarily, my foundation was able to sponsor a week stay at the hotel for her. So she's able to, make some long-term decision as what she wants to do to find some kind of solution for her situation. And subsequent to that, the foundation was able to accommodate at least 10 more people. So to tell you that was financially taxing to my foundation, because I didn't have a budget for that. It was incredible that I was able to do that. And that was the reason why I decided to pursue bring in a program such as the housing program, a temporary shelter program under the foundation, and I had a fundraising event to gin up some funding for that program,
Mhm.
which was successful, and I had so many people to thank. But yes, officially under the Lady Storm Foundation, this program is under construction. Let me just say that.
And for people who want to help, because we are coming up on the giving season, how can they help?
They
What's
can
the
go to
best?
my website, www.ladystormfoundation.com, or they can reach me through my Facebook, Lady Storm Foundation, and just reach out to me because I answer every call, every request, every email, every message personally.
Thank you. Everybody remember it's ladystormfoundation.com. And thank you, Lily, for joining us today. And thank you so much for your support of Vox Populi.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.